Oh, sorry, that's for a Democrat show.
Let me know when you're ready.
Was an extremely great conservative commentator. We're tearing it up on Wednesday night. This is awesome. This
will allow me to retort. Well, this is Jersey Joe for the Reaver of Common Sense show. I'm on shrmedia.com.
Actually, I just totally screwed up. This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show.
And welcome to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe. And I'm trying to make sense out of the senseless. I had a total brain fart there. Holy shit. The Jersey Takeover's here. We have expanded to 2 hours every Monday through Friday, 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if you want to watch broadcasts, it's easy. So easy, you just go to shrmedia.com or Facebook and or YouTube. Just search for SHR Media. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and like. I gotta play this. I came across this right before showtime. I gotta get all started. Oh, this is Common Core for you.
Did you know that there are over 5 languages in this world?
5 languages.
We don't need all these languages, people. We don't need no British language, or Canadian language, or Hawaiian language, or Alaskan language. We need just American, okay? Just American language. Nothing more, nothing less, just American. You wanna know why? Because the letters are pretty. They're cute.
The letters are pretty, that's why.
Like, you can't get letters, like, prettier in the world, okay?
Aww.
Also, like, with the, what is it, sans serif, and, there's just a lot of fonts. You can't get that with no Canadian language.
A lot of fonts!
With the little ching-chang-chongs. No, you can't. So, as the president of the world, kid president of the world, and the queen of everything, I am now going to officially cut the dookie with the other language.
That's what we need. Is someone to cut the dookie.
You want to know what I found out? Most of England speaks Americanish, but they just have an accent.
They speak Americanish. They speak Americanish, but they have an accent. They have an accent.
Americans, we don't have any accents because
no accent.
We are the future of the world. But I'm just saying.
Future of the world? I think there's some liberals here that would beg to differ with that statement.
They speak in it. They speak it.
They speak in it.
So should you.
They speak in an Americanism.
So if you can't understand this video, you need to learn Americanish.
Americanish.
You need to learn Americanish. Bye.
Common Core. That's all I got to say. Common Core. Common Core. Oh my God. That was painful. That was painful as my elbow again. Damn it. I did something to my elbow. I don't know what. But it just, oh my God. Americanism. 5 languages. 5 languages. Oh my God. 5 languages. We have a winner. Oh my God. It just, seriously, that makes my head hurt. Let's see. I need to give a shout out to Claudia. She was in the chat room the other day, and unfortunately, I don't cover all my chat rooms. So I do apologize that I wasn't answering, and because I got the chat room for Facebook, well, comment section / chat room. I have the YouTube, I have the Spreaker, and then I have the SHR Media chat room. And the one I pay primary attention to is the SHR chat room. So if you want to be a part of the show, just go to SHR Media and click the listen. What the heck is it? Damn it. It's been a while since I was there actually last night. I can't say it's been a while. All right. Let me look it up. SHR Media. You go to shrmedia.com. And listen live / chat button. You go ahead and hit that, and you'll jump into the chat room right there. Yeah, jump in. Tell me you love me, you hate me, you think I'm an idiot. I'm used to it. I'm a big boy. I can take it. I'm not a snowflake. Oh, boy. All right. I think I've lost my mind today. So, Trump legal team says it's ready in case Michael Flynn attacks. President Trump's legal team is prepared should former National Security Advisor Michael Flynn accuse the president or his senior aides of any wrongdoing, according to a report by the Washington Post. Attorneys for President Trump and his top advisors have privately expressed confidence that Flynn does not have any evidence that could implicate their client, according to the report. Still, they are concerned by the lenient terms of his plea agreement, which suggests he has promised significant information. He is also the most senior former Trump advisor that special counsel Robert Mueller has been able to net, as Flynn served as Trump's national security advisor for about a month. Flynn was fired after he told Vice President Michael Pence and other members of the administration that he had not discussed sanctions with Russian ambassador when he had, in fact, done so. Flynn reportedly also told FBI agents in an interview in January that he had not discussed the sanctions. He was initially reportedly cleared of any actual wrongdoing during his calls with the Russian ambassador. So earlier this month, Flynn pled guilty to one felony count of lying to FBI, which carries a maximum of 5 years in prison, but prosecutors said they will recommend 0 to 6 months as part of his cooperation deal. There was media speculation that Flynn accepted the plea deal to get the special counsel to leave his son, who served as his chief of staff, alone. One person helping craft the defense strategy said they planned to use Flynn's admission of lying against him. He said it himself. He is a liar, the person stated. Now, I don't believe any of this crap that, because they were like, oh, and he agreed that he's going to testify against Trump. He said this, and then it came out. No, he didn't say it. It was Washington Post making crap up. Again. Surprise, surprise, they were making up information. Nah, they don't do that. Do they? No, they would never. So, I'm just... Flynn's getting a raw deal. He lied to FBI, where Hillary has lied to FBI. She's lied to Congress. She lied to Congress multiple times. But no charges have ever been filed. It's absolutely ridiculous. We have an absolute two-tiered system of justice in this country right now. And even CNN starting to admit, I had it and I lost it because I got goofing around before the show, where on CNN they were talking that they agree that maybe it is time something be done to the FBI because it isn't right what's going on. That what is going on... Wait a minute. Why are you upset? Why are you mad? Brain fart. That they were starting to agree that there is, and they made it known that they're not talking about the lower ranks, it's just the upper ranks, and that's what Trump has been talking about. The upper rank. He's not talking FBI as a whole. He's talking at upper echelon. It seems to be corrupted. And these two CNN personnel were agreeing with him on it. Now I'm looking through, trying to see if I can find it real quick. Four stages. Come on. Oh. Man, I hate the way Facebook sets things up nowadays. What the fuck? Don't have time to read that one. Yeah, what in the hell was that post? I know what's going on. Yeah, Roy Moore's done with. He needs to step away. It's not looking good right now. Damn, I can't believe how hard it is. Damn, it just pissed me off. Nothing worse than you see something and you want to go back and find it again to play it. Oh man, this is really... Oh, with ISIS being pretty much... They're not down and out. They're not done. But they're pretty down right now. It's pretty bad for them. So now some reporter, some liberal that was on the 5 tonight, and I saw the article, I didn't watch the 5, said that Obama should get credit for him. Someone else said, yeah, for creating them. Obama didn't do shit. What the fuck? That's got to be fake. A crayon that says dog wiener as the color. Obama didn't do shit to try to deter, destroy ISIS. Just remember where the site may have been, the red elephant. I really want to play this for you. That's why I'm spending so much time trying to find it. This was really interesting to see CNN kind of admitting into it. I was like, damn. Ah, here it is, too. Damn, boy. It's CNN legal analyst admits Trump is right about the FBI. And he meant at first how he was pissed off, but then he started to think about it. He's right.
And originally, I was angered at the president's attacks on the FBI. I thought they were unjustified. But when I started to delve into the facts, boy, there's some really disturbing stuff here. I mean, what Grassley is talking about is this agent, his name is Strzok, and he's a counterintelligence agent for the FBI. He's exchanging text messages with his girlfriend, Lisa. the page, which just trashed the president. They call him an idiot, and you know that language we put up on screen was the mildest of it. But they essentially, the two of them, the lawyer and the agent, agreed that the president, is a threat or would be a threat to the country if elected. Now he's in a central role in the Hillary email investigation, and as a matter of fact, Strzok was the person who went to James Comey just before Comey had that famous press conference where he kind of let Hillary off the hook and said the investigation is going to be dropped into criminal charges. Strzok was the guy who changed the language, which originally was that she was grossly negligent in her handling.
Let me stop this for a second. They are admitting on CNN basically that Hillary was guilty and should have been charged. That's what they're admitting right there, whether you realize it or not. That is what they're admitting. And that this FBI agent changed the language to soften it, to give the appearance that she didn't break the law
of classified material, and he softened it to say extremely careless, which is not criminal. This is the same guy who the Inspector General now has exchanging these emails, showing that he has a personal bias against the president. So that's what Senator Grassley wants a close look at, and I think it's legitimate to look at the bias of the investigator.
So let me ask you this, because then Republican Congressman Representative Francis Rooney, who we have on this show a lot from Florida, went further than Grassley has. And he said in an interview just yesterday on MSNBC that what is needed is a purge, his word, a purge of the FBI and the DOJ because of it. Just listen to him.
I'm very concerned that the DOJ and the FBI, whether you want to call it deep state or what, are kind of off the rails. So I don't want to discredit them. I would like to see the directors of those agencies purge it and say, look, we've got a lot of great agents, a lot of great lawyers here. Those are the people that I want the American people to see and know the good work's being done, not these people who are kind of the deep state.
A purge of the agency?
Well, I think Rooney has a legitimate point about the leadership of the Department of Justice and the leadership of the FBI. We're not talking about field agents.
And that's exactly what Trump was talking about. He wasn't talking field agents, and then you had CNN jumping on, oh, he's trying to undermine all of FBI, and there's some great... No, he was talking about these higher-ups, not the agents. And now, all of a sudden, CNN is going, well, maybe he was right. No shit. Maybe if you got your bias out of the way and started looking at these, looking at everything, neutral, you would start seeing there's some great things coming out. Listen, I've said it. The way Trump talks does not bother me. I'm from New Jersey. I'm used to that. I'm used to the way he talks. So it doesn't bother me. I know some people it bothers them. That's fine. He's getting the job done. He's making this country better. He's straightening our economy out. ICE is on the run. We're lowering our expenditures out of this country. No problem, Jen. It's fine. You never have to apologize. And then here you go. Here's something else that... Damn it, I lost it. I hate that. And to show you how much the economy has turned around, I just had it. I'll have it back in a second with the figures, quick figures. The holiday sales for this Christmas season reached $598 billion. Up. FedEx and UPS break record volumes of shipments. People have money in their pocket and they spent it. Do you know what that means? We paid taxes on that, which means more money going to the government, which raises how much they make. See, it goes to trickle-down economy. There's more money in our pocket now, so we pay, buy stuff, all that, pay more taxes. The government gets more money in taxes, which means you can have more of your programs, but then you see these Democrats come in and they raise taxes because they're like, oh, people won't stop spending. We'll just raise the tax and make even more money. And people go, I don't have the money in my pocket to spend. So the money going into the government nosedives, which means our debt goes up. I can see and understand this trickle-down economy and where it works. And on that note, it's going to be a break. You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, and we will be right back.
Conservative media done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
Good evening. Broadcasting behind enemy lines in occupied California, the bloviating Zeppelin's Berserk Bobcat Saloon radio show is featured on the SHR Media Network every Tuesday and Thursday night for 2 hours at 11 p.m. Eastern and 8 p.m. Pacific. Whilst manufacturers are running out of metal for the diapers of the leftists, BZ continues to radically change the world of leftists, one diaper at a time. Stop balancing your checkbooks. Stop cleaning your fish tanks. The bloviating Zeppelin's Berserk Bobcat Saloon radio show is your magnet for truth, justice, obesity, a darkened studio, and late-night freedom. No United States of America freedoms were abridged in the making of this ad.
Human by race, Christian by faith, American by nationality, and conservative by choice. Reverend Ralph J. Chittum Sr. is the right guy on SHR Media from 8:05 to 9 p.m., Monday through Friday. And if on the rare occasion I am ever wrong, I will still always be right. The right guy on SHR Media.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians, a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless, hope to the hopeless, clues to the clueless. Sackheads Sean, Sackheads Clint, and Sackheads BZ. The Sackheads Radio Show every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific and 11 p.m. Eastern on shrmedia.com. Watch on YouTube, Facebook, and the High Plains Pundit Network. The best in late-night conservative talk. The Sackheads Radio Show, only on the SHR Media Network.
Go ahead, I'll say it. Some of the best A-roll is going to be like, what are you talking about? The last person. Yeah, I'm a freaking artist. I can't just come up with this shit off the top of my head. Are you freaking kidding me right now?
Good point. Exactly right.
Hey, this is Michael Wright.
And I'm Shannon Wright.
Join us for The Right Way with Shannon and Mike, Monday through Thursday from 7 to 9 a.m. right here on SHR Media.
Why are they joining us?
For fun things like sports, politics.
Oh, maybe some news and entertainment?
And all kinds of other things.
Money and recipes and events, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, so join us Monday through Thursday, 7 to 9 a.m. here on shrmedia.com.
When dirty politicians, shadow governments, and deceptive Islam blind the world with fake stream media smoke, their only fear is one man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me through shrmedia.com, highplainstalkradio.com, and the Western Free Radio Network at Spreaker, YouTube, and iTunes for a different perspective weekly on the Unpleasant Blind Guy. And catch me on Jeff Mitchell's EDL Radio on blogtalkradio.com. There's
no surrender ever.
Because truth is not always pleasant.
This is Sam on SHR Media. You can listen to my new show starting on Tuesdays in January. Get my perspective on national politics, a conservative's perspective on California politics, the latest in the war on terror, all of that and a lot more here on Tuesdays at SHR Media. And don't forget to follow me on Twitter at Sam_SHR Media.
Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch Reaver of Common Sense show hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else. So consider this your fair warning.
Hey, this is Sackhead Clint, and I'm with Sackhead Sean, Sackhead BZ. No communists allowed on the SHR Media Network.
Damn straight, mister.
Back to the show.
Conservative media done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
Pay no attention to the muffled screams in the background. You are listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on the SHR Media Network. Back to you, Joe.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show.
And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm here to make sense out of the senseless. And I got the damn sound on over there. Shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up. Claudia, I'm taking a look at your... That's why... What the hell's going on? God damn it. I got all sorts of issues over here. Hold on. This thing's running a little slow. Come on, come on, come on, get the sound. Alright, hell with it, I'll turn that off. Ah! Have you ever had one of those days? Alright, let's see, yeah, exactly, Obama bots are trying to take credit. Claudia, I agree, too, also, And yes, the economic, Claudia brings up that Obama always tries to steal someone else's success, like all the good communists do. Exactly. When you hear how the economy is doing good, damn, I'm really fucking this show up. Oh, boy. All right, I'm going to get it together from here. I forgot to turn the camera on. I got sound over here. Oh. It's going to be one of those days. When it comes to the economy, they're trying to say that our economy is doing so great the past year is because of Obama's economics finally kicked in after 8 years. Oh my God, that holy shit. It takes 8 years for his so-called policies to kick in? 8 years? No. The policies kicked in, and what's funny is, if you remember all the economists, all the experts said, as soon as Trump gets in, or gets elected, the economy is going to crash, it's going to crash, it's going to crash. It's gone up. I think over 5,000 points. People are going back to work, people have money in their pockets. This Christmas proved it. And it's... Oh, God, in my head, my head, my head, my head. I don't know. It just... Some great points there, Claudia, and thank you. I gotta find a program where I can divert all the chats into one program. There's gotta be something out there like that. Gotta be. So I'm not looking at like 30 different screens. Oh. I don't know. It is. It's nuts. It's crazy. Obama, the Democrats make up more excuses. What's the old expression? More excuses than Carter has liver pills. I don't know if anybody's ever heard that before. That was one of my dad's old sayings. He used to say that all the time. It's... Let's see if I can do this. I'm trying to set it up so I can see the chat. I mean, I got so many chats, and it's hard to keep up. The Facebook one, which is weird, wrong. It's... Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy. Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh. Sorry, I'm also checking. I got shipments coming in. I got everything going on, and it's pressure. The pressure is getting to me. No. I don't think any other president would have got away with half the shit that Obama has gotten away with. I find it repulsive, of the crap that he gets away with. It is sickening, and it's just... It makes me push away, and it has nothing to do with his color. It has nothing to do with that. Because he's also part white. What it does do is it just pushes me away from even backing Democrats when they pull this shit. It shows how dishonest they actually are. How low they'll go to try to win. And that just turns me off from the party. Amongst other things, but that's one of the big things. Where are we? And Jenna, you know, I hope you're feeling better. I do. I am reading what you said about your health, and I hope everything goes well. I really do. I got my doctor's appointment tomorrow. I gotta see what the hell's up with my elbow, too. It seems like every day something new hurts on my body. Oh, God, it sucks getting old. And this Matt Gaetz, he is a House representative and Republican. He represents Florida in the House. And I'm actually very proud of him. I'm very proud of Matt. For a junior House member, he is doing a lot of stuff. He's very voiceful. He's very loud. And... Ow. 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 Oh, that hurt. I can't have that up there. No, I can't. That really hurt my ears. Oh, there we go. There we go. Now I can do it. Boom. I figured it out. Oh. Trying to... I can't have that loud binging in my ears. He's also a member of the House Judiciary Committee. He criticized the focus of Special Counsel Robert Mueller's probe into Russian interference in the 2016 presidential election. Gaetz argued there were reports of the Democrat National Committee and the 2016 Democratic presidential nominee Hillary Clinton seeking out Russian opposition research about her opponent Donald Trump that warranted an investigation. He told fill-in host Ed Henry that Mueller's efforts were biased and likened to the mainstream media. End quote. Well, here is what we know. The DNC and Hillary Clinton were paying people to go and pay Russians to tell lies about the president. And I guess that the best evidence of collusion against Republicans is that the Republicans in Russia were all on the same internet at the same time. It's ridiculous or ludicrous. Why are we not investigating the real crime of the real criminals? Why aren't we investigating why the DNC's activities with the Fusion GPS company that was employing Bruce Orr's wife, Nellie Orr? For those that don't know who Bruce Orr is, he is a lawyer with the Department of Justice and he was the liaison between Fusion GPS and the investigations into Trump and was part of this dossier. In other words, he was helping the DNC and Hillary Clinton candidate Hillary Clinton. And he was working at the time for the DOJ. So we got collusion where the DOJ is now a political arm of the Democrat Party. I mean, if Bob Mueller, Robert Mueller, were any more biased, we'd have to give him credentials for the mainstream media. That's a little quote from Matt Gatz. That gave me a chuckle. Oh, it's... freaking ridiculous. We're investigating into just accusations, no evidence. I don't know when the hell you start investigating off of no evidence. The evidence we do have of collusion, there's no investigation into. Then you wonder why the American people don't have faith anymore. Because I sure as hell don't have any faith anymore when it comes to justice. I mean, how am I supposed to have any faith when actual crimes aren't being investigated? When simple verbal accusations are taken as credible threats? I'm just... I'm sitting here and going through some stuff, and I come across someone posting, another conservative commentator. Driving in New Jersey is total bullshit. Why? Jug handles. Jug handles are the greatest thing, I think. I'm used to jug handles. I like jug handles. Especially, I think they need to put them down here in Florida and where I live, because there's too many accidents where people trying to drive straight across the highway, cutting in front of everybody. You have jug handles. Well, look up what a jug handle is and you'll understand. It may take you a couple extra minutes, but it's actually easier getting across the highway and a lot safer for you to make left-hand turns. You got to go right to make a left, but hey, it was funny. I was driving the moving truck down here when my dad moved down here, so I was driving the moving truck. He's like, all right, we're going to have to make a left up here. So I instinctively got in the right-hand lane. He's like, no, get in the left-hand lane, you idiot. I'm like, huh? He's like, yes, you can make left at the lights. Oh, you can? He's like, yeah, you can make U-turns. I'm like, huh? U-turns? What's that? I mean, I knew what a U-turn was, but... things are getting really dangerous in my area, the driving around here. One of the reasons I think we have problems is we have what's called no fault in Florida. So everybody drives around like, it's not my fault, I ain't going to lose insurance. Who gives a shit? Bam! Not my fault. You're screwed. And I learned the hard way. The girl had next to no insurance, and my life got pretty much ruined from that car accident. Thank you. But jug handles are the bomb. Alright, you're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, and we will be right back.
Done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
Good evening. Broadcasting behind enemy lines in occupied California, the bloviating Zeppelin's Berserk Bobcat Saloon radio show is featured on the SHR Media Network every Tuesday and Thursday night for 2 hours at 11 p.m. Eastern and 8 p.m. Pacific. Whilst manufacturers are running out of metal for the diapers of the leftists, BZ continues to radically change the world of leftists, one diaper at a time. Stop balancing your checkbooks. Stop cleaning your fish tanks. The bloviating Zeppelin's Berserk Bobcat Saloon radio show is your magnet for truth, justice, obesity, a darkened studio, and late-night freedom. No United States of America freedoms were abridged in the making of this ad.
Human by race, Christian by faith, American by nationality, and conservative by choice. Reverend Ralph J. Chittum Sr. is the right guy on SHR Media from 8:05 to 9 p.m., Monday through Friday. And if on the rare occasion I am ever wrong, I will still always be right. The right guy on SHR Media.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians, a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless, hope to the hopeless, clues to the clueless. Sackheads Sean, Sackheads Clint, and Sackheads BZ. The Sackheads Radio Show every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific and 11 p.m. Eastern on shrmedia.com. Watch on YouTube, Facebook, and the High Plains Pundit Network. The best in late-night conservative talk. The Sackheads Radio Show, only on the SHR Media Network.
But I'll say it. Some of the best A-roll is going to be like what are you talking about? The last question. Yeah, I'm a freaking artist. I can't just come up with this shit off the top of my head. Are you freaking kidding me right now?
Good point. Exactly right.
Hey, this is Michael Wright.
And I'm Shannon Wright.
Join us for The Right Way with Shannon and Mike, Monday through Thursday from 7 to 9 a.m. right here on SHR Media.
Why are they joining us?
For fun things like sports, politics.
Oh, maybe some news and entertainment?
And all kinds of other things.
Money and recipes and events, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, so join us Monday through Thursday, 7 to 9 a.m. here on shrmedia.com.
When dirty politicians, shadow governments, and deceptive Islam blind the world with fake stream media smoke, their only fear is one man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me through shrmedia.com, highplainstalkradio.com, and the Western Free Radio Network at Spreaker, YouTube, and iTunes for a different perspective weekly on the Unpleasant Blind Guy. And catch me on Jeff Mitchell's EDL Radio on blogtalkradio.com. There's
no surrender ever.
Because truth is not always pleasant.
This is Sam on SHR Media. You can listen to my new show starting on Tuesdays in January. Get my perspective on national politics, a conservative's perspective on California politics, the latest in the war on terror, all of that and a lot more here on Tuesdays at SHR Media. And don't forget to follow me on Twitter at Sam_SHR Media.
Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch Reaver of Common Sense show hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else. So consider this your fair warning.
Hey, this is Sackhead Clint, and I'm with Sackhead Sean, Sackhead BZ. No communists allowed on the SHR Media Network.
Damn straight, mister.
Back to the show.
Conservative media done right.
You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
You're listening.
Contact is the evening.
Now back to Reaver of Common Sense with Jersey Joe.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show.
And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm here to make sense out of the senseless. Oh, boy. Where are we? Don't forget, if you want to watch a live show, it's easy. So easy a liberal could do it. Just go to shrmedia.com or the big OR. You can go to Facebook or, hey, Jeff, how you doing, bud? Facebook or YouTube and search for SHR Media. And don't forget to hit the little subscribe or like button. How are you doing today, sir? And Happy New Year's to you, Jeff. Been a while. Total brain fart right now. Holy shnikes. Now I'm trying to think of where I'm at. Okay, here we go. A Democratic member of the House Intelligence Committee made a surprise admission on Thursday about the findings of the panel's investigation into possible collusion between the Trump campaign and Russian government. Quote, I'm not sure I've seen a lot that the American people aren't already aware of, Connecticut Representative Jim Himes said during an interview on CNN's New Day. Himes had been asked whether he has seen any evidence during the committee's 11 months investigation of any criminal activities on the part of the Trump campaign. The lawmaker's response suggested he has not. And we all know he hasn't seen. Well, I'm going to have to, let me see if I can find that real quick. Sorry, just a response just popped in my head, and I got to find it. And this was the response that I heard one Democrat actually say. And I want you to hear it for yourself. I don't want to. Okay? So this was off of the investigations. Some of the representatives were asked from the Democrat Party.
Sir? What? Are we being too literal? No, you fool. We're following orders. We were told to comb the desert, so we're combing it. Found anything yet? Nothing yet, sir. How about you? Not a thing, sir. What about you guys? We ain't found shit.
That was a direct quote from Connecticut Representative Jim Himes. They haven't found shit. And that's the thing. There is nothing to find. This was based off of accusations. Let's not even go to that political. Let's actually take it that there was a real idea behind it, they thought. So I'm going to take that leap. They had no evidence, no facts backing them up, just an accusation. I don't think I've ever seen any type of legal investigation started off of hearsay. There was no proof ever put forth. And again, we have proof that the Democrat Party colluded with Russia, with outside countries, during the election to interfere in our elections. But we don't talk about that. We ignore that. The House Intelligence Committee is one of 3 congressional panels investigating Russian meddling in the presidential campaign, but the House probe is perhaps the most contentious. Republicans and Democrats on the committee have engaged in a public back and forth over the direction of the investigation. Republicans, led by California Representative Devin Nunes, have focused on opposition research firm Fusion GPS and the anti-Trump dossier it commissioned on behalf of the Clinton campaign and the Democratic National Committee. And again, we had the DOJ working with the Fusion GPS to create this. That's why I say you have the DOJ weaponized for the Democrat National Committee and the Clinton campaign. Again, I'm going to repeat myself. Sit back, close your eyes, and imagine that the Republicans did this. That the Republican campaign candidate hired an opposition research and hired Russian personnel. Imagine that was the RNC committee And they worked with the Department of Justice against a Democrat candidate. And that Democrat candidate had lost. Now think of what would be happening in the mainstream media. What would be happening in this country? The first off, the Republican, the Republicans, probably every single one of them, would have had to resign by now. Whether they had anything to do with it. Think about it. Just imagine that. The Democrats their heads would be blowing up. And anytime anybody brought up anything besides that investigation, they would be crying foul. It's amazing that the RNC. This is where, number one, I say the Democrats have better PR department. Not just that the media is in their pocket, so to speak. They have a better PR department, and the Republicans are always trying to play the up and up game. They're always trying to be held to a higher standard. They always try to turn the other cheek. Well, after a while, you got to stop turning the other cheek and start kicking ass. Seriously, you got to do it. Sooner or later. You can't keep getting smacked around and turning the other cheek. Ooh, that's not good. I'm trying to drink coffee with the lid on. I don't know. It's... Maybe it's me. I don't know. I just... And here's the thing. The Democrats on the committee frequently dodge questions about whether they've seen evidence on the collusion between Trump team and Kremlin. The strongest evidence they cite is June 9th, 2016, meeting between Donald Trump Jr. and a group of Russian lobbyists at Trump Tower. Trump Jr. accepted that meeting after being offered dirt on Hillary Clinton, but the real estate executive says that nothing of substance was provided in the meeting. Hillary talked not just, dealt with Russia. She dealt with, Czech Republic, I think. There was a couple countries that she worked with trying to dig up dirt on Trump. That's okay. But when a Republican does, it's a bad thing. And that's that double standard I think a lot of people are getting goddamn tired of. I know I am. It just... Oh. Check it out. And as you all know, I usually do double duty and doing stuff while I'm looking at a sliding compound miter saw. Alright. Here. Now that's... I mean, it's just... And they're always... Nothing's ever going to come out. And I think at this point, Democrats they're always going to fall back on it just to try to make them look somewhat okay. But, for the most part, if truth be told, they're going to look like assholes. Excuse my French, they're going to look like assholes. They're going to try to cover up as much as they can, but in the long run, they have nothing. Zip, zilch, nada. things are slowed down lately. My internet's been acting weird. I have massive problems over here, and it's a ID10T error, which is me, if you don't know. ID10T error is another way of, if you spell it out on a piece of paper, it spells idiot. I get that with my wife all the time. Sure, it's not an AD10T error on. Shut up. Look at this spider saw. It's not $70 off. Oh, that's kind of good. Oh. I have to take a look at that tomorrow. I like Harbor Freight. I know. I just have been going off on my own little tangents here and there, and coming back to where we were. Taking a look behind, trying to pay attention to all my chat rooms. I'm trying to do that. It can be a little bit of a chore sometimes, but I'm getting there. I'm getting there. You know, if you're watching the video, my hair looks dark, but when I let it grow out, it grows out blonde. And yes, I do have blonde moments. I know we're coming up on a break soon, too. And I still haven't turned the volume off on that. God bless it. God bless America. Oh, boy. It's going to be one of those days, isn't it? I think it is. Oh, especially since this day's almost done with. I'm going to hit my break just a couple minutes early. I don't think anybody would mind that today. You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, and we will be right back.
Done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
Good evening. Broadcasting behind enemy lines in occupied California, the bloviating Zeppelin's Berserk Bobcat Saloon radio show is featured on the SHR Media Network every Tuesday and Thursday night for 2 hours at 11 p.m. Eastern and 8 p.m. Pacific. Whilst manufacturers are running out of metal for the diapers of the leftists, BZ continues to radically change the world of leftists, one diaper at a time. Stop balancing your checkbooks. Stop cleaning your fish tanks. The bloviating Zeppelin's Berserk Bobcat Saloon radio show is your magnet for truth, justice, obesity, a darkened studio, and late-night freedom. No United States of America freedoms were abridged in the making of this ad.
Human by race, Christian by faith, American by nationality, and conservative by choice. Reverend Ralph J. Chittum Sr. is the right guy on SHR Media from 8:05 to 9 p.m., Monday through Friday. And if on the rare occasion I am ever wrong, I will still always be right. The right guy on SHR Media.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians, a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless, hope to the hopeless, clues to the clueless. Sackheads Sean, Sackheads Clint, and Sackheads BZ. The Sackheads Radio Show every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific and 11 p.m. Eastern on shrmedia.com. Watch on YouTube, Facebook, and the High Plains Pundit Network. The best in late-night conservative talk. The Sackheads Radio Show, only on the SHR Media Network.
Go ahead, I'll say it. Some of the best A-roll is going to be like, what are you talking about? The last person. Dude, I'm a freaking artist. I can't just come up with this shit off the top of my head. Are you freaking kidding me right now?
Good point. Exactly right.
Hey, this is Michael Wright.
And I'm Shannon Wright.
Join us for The Right Way with Shannon and Mike, Monday through Thursday from 7 to 9 a.m. right here on SHR Media.
Why are they joining us?
For fun things like sports, politics.
Oh, maybe some news and entertainment?
And all kinds of other things.
Money and recipes and events, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, so join us Monday through Thursday, 7 to 9 a.m. here on shrmedia.com.
When dirty politicians, shadow governments, and deceptive Islam blind the world with fake stream media smoke, their only fear is one man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me through shrmedia.com, highplainstalkradio.com, and the Western Free Radio Network at Spreaker, YouTube, and iTunes for a different perspective weekly on the Unpleasant Blind Guy. And catch me on Jeff Mitchell's EDL Radio on blogtalkradio.com. There's
no surrender ever.
Because truth is not always pleasant.
This is Sam on SHR Media. You can listen to my new show starting on Tuesdays in January. Get my perspective on national politics, a conservative's perspective on California politics, the latest in the war on terror, all of that and a lot more here on Tuesdays at SHR Media. And don't forget to follow me on Twitter at Sam_SHR Media.
Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch Reaver of Common Sense show hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else. So consider this your fair warning.
Hey, this is Sackhead Clint, and I'm with Sackhead Sean, Sackhead BZ. No communists allowed on the SHR Media Network.
Damn straight, mister.
Back to the show.
Conservative media done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense here on the SHR Media Network. Hey, Sean, you ever see a one-eared elephant?
No.
Check this out.
Oh, that's so tiny.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show.
And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm here to make sense out of the senseless. The Jersey Takeover is here. We have expanded to 2 hours every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Damn it, 9 p.m. to 11 a.m. 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I can't believe I still said that. That's my old time slot. Holy shit. Bleep. That's old, folks. All right, if you want to watch a live stream, it's very easy. You can go to shrmedia.com, or you can go to YouTube or Facebook. Just search for SHR Media, and don't forget to hit the like button. Also, subscribe. I think the other one is. Whew. Damn, I'm having a lot of moments tonight. Don't forget, coming up top of the hour is BZ's Berserk Bobcat Saloon, hosted by the great BZ himself. The speech is free, but the drinks are overpriced. So stay tuned. That'll be 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 8 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. But yeah, definitely, it's worth sticking around and taking a listen. Where are we? I'm totally going bleep. That's all, folks. Oh boy. I saw that cheater. saws, sliding miter saws. Holy shit. Holy for holies. Really loving Harbor Freight prices. And the winner is... I think Harbor Freight's going to be the winner. No, I'm not sponsored by Harbor Freight. I'm not sponsored by anybody. I'm just saying. And... yeah, I think I already got that. Yeah, I already ordered one of those. I already got a brand gun. I'm trying to, get my little stash of equipment. I used to have it all, but I had to get rid of it one time. Things got really bad financially, to make ends meet. So I sold a lot of my tools. So you do what you have to do in order to survive. I will survive. Hey, hey. Now I just got to get a shitload of oak wood tomorrow. Oh God, I think I hurt my throat on that. Oh, that hurt. Ass hat. Jenna said ass hat. Nice. Alright, let's see. Where were we? Tom Fenton. Robert Mueller investigation now irredeemably compromised. Tom Fenton, president of Judicial Watch, joined Breitbart News Daily Siri XM host Rahim Kassam. God bless you. On Thursday to discuss the ongoing investigation into the 2016 election probe being led by Special Counsel Robert S. Mueller III. On December 24th, even the Washington Post saw fit to note some of the troubling developments regarding the investigation, including its personnel. Fenton said, "You've got these anti-Trumper activists at the heart of Mueller's investigation. And I think, in a way, Mueller's subsequential cover-up and keeping this gentleman on, who was sending these emails and is pro-Hillary Clinton, keeping these partisans on, has irredeemably compromised him and his investigation." Fenton was referencing to Andrew Weissman, who is considered a key prosecutor on Robert Mueller's team. Weissman is also the Department of Justice official who praised Acting Attorney General Sally Yates for not defending President Trump's travel ban and reportedly attended Hillary Clinton's election night celebration that was not to be. That is in addition to the now infamous text messages from former Mueller investigator, FBI official Peter Strzok, who also played a critical role in both the Clinton email and Trump collusion investigation. As the deputy head of counterintelligence at the FBI, Strzok played a critical role in both the Clinton email investigation last year and the Russian probe before he was removed by Mueller this summer. Robert Jim Jordan, Republican for Ohio, who met with Fenton earlier this year and has for months alleged that the FBI was working against Trump's election, said in an interview that many of his Republican colleagues now share his view that there has been an orchestrated effort against Trump. That is an understatement. That is the understatement of the century. Again, close your eyes. Imagine, just imagine, a Republican candidate working with the Department of Justice, investigating, wiretapping a Democrat candidate, no matter the reasoning. Could you imagine the outrage? They would lose their shit. Sorry to put it that way. On a side note, I also want to point out tomorrow is the last Reaver of Common Sense of 2017, so don't forget to tune in. I don't think I have anything special planned. Just tune in. Well, always tune in. Oh boy. I know I got to go getting a lot of wood this weekend. My planer comes in Tuesday. I got a bunch of stuff coming in between now and Tuesday. I know my specialty wood. I ordered some specialty wood that'll be in Saturday. Get the oak this weekend. I can get everything glued up, ready to go. for Tuesday. Plane it. Soak it. Well, first, shape it. Sand it. Soak it. Rub it down. Oh, no. All right. The other thing is I'm trying to figure out, because everybody's like, because I got them, I got a bunch of candle holders that I'm making. And everybody's like, you need to come up with a name, something. Now, here's where I'm not creative. I know I'm not creative. But to tie it in with the show, just to make it easier, on a business sense, I was just going to do, like, Reaver's Wood. That sounds kind of sexual. Reaver's Wood. And I've always liked, as a symbol, using, what is it? Knights Templar Cross as that emblem, and do that for burning into the wood to, what is it, Maker's Mark or whatever it's called. I was looking into those stamps. Holy Nikes, are they expensive? Damn, they are pretty expensive. Yeah, I know, I've been getting a little sidetracked with the woodworking. What? The Reaverettes are in full force. It's... I don't know. The future scares the shit out of me, the way the United States is going. I appreciate what Trump's doing in the direction he's taking us in. I know there's still some people that don't agree with everything he's doing. Hey, I think he's doing a lot better than any other government official that I can remember in my lifetime. If the Republicans would get behind what he's actually doing, I think it would be a lot better. But you still have these, and it's not so much the House as the Senate. A lot of these Republicans are still fighting him. They're still the swamp. And he's having to work with them, even though he's trying to destroy them. I know everybody's like, well, he didn't do it yet. Well, the swamp wasn't created overnight. It's going to take a long time to clean the swamp up. It really is going to take a long time to clean the government up. And he's doing a good job, because the Democrats, I saw an article about, they're saying, talking about how he's shutting down agencies because he wants to become a dictator. Oh, God. It was freaking, I started laughing. Some of these articles just make me laugh. They really do. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, I know. I don't know where Kel's been. I know she's had some back issues and all that, but she kind of disappeared for a little bit. We definitely need Kel back. You know what? That's your job, Jenna. That's your job. Get her. That didn't sound. That didn't come out right. You know what I mean. You know I love you, Jenna. You know I do. All right, the next article is House Intelligence Committee Chairman Devin Nunes is blasting the Department of Justice and the FBI for its failure to fully produce documents related to an anti-Trump dossier, saying at this point it seems the DOJ and FBI need to be investigating themselves. Surprise, surprise. And if you notice, there's a lot of talk about what's going on, and it really surprises me that you have CNN starting to agree, which tells me, holy shit, there's something to this, that even the left is going, crap, we can't hide this. Oh. A dick taster. Hold on, give me a second. Usually there's that little, FN key on a keyboard, because I can't seem to open up. I figure Windows updates are screwed. I don't know. And now there's studies also coming out. Total sidetrack. Let's see. Coverage of Trump's first 60 days compared to past president. Clinton in 1993 got 44% of neutral coverage, 28% negative, 27% positive. Bush 2001 got 28% negative, 22% positive, 49% neutral. Obama got 20% negative, 38% neither way, and 42% positive. Now you go to Trump, he's gotten 62% negative, 5% positive, and 33% neither. But I can see where the news says there's no bias going on. Yeah. Sure. You want to tell me another one? And there's study after study showing that there's a major bias within the media against Trump. Listen, I want you to point out media, mainstream media, I want you to point out when he's doing wrong. I want that. But I just don't want you pointing out shit wrong and trying to cause things to be wrong because you don't like him. So I don't listen to any of it. And I always get, well, Fox. You just listen to Fox. You just listen to this. You just listen to that. Understand this, and this is the way I look at it. Number one, I really don't watch Fox. I really don't. Every now and then I'll pop it on. But I really don't watch Fox. And you want to know why? Not because I think they're outright lying. Because they are a television station. Now, the difference between them, CBS, HBO, and all them, they do entertainment. Fox, CNN, MSNBC, they do news. But what do they need to get advertising? They need ratings. How do you get ratings? You really have to draw people in. And sometimes that's with some exaggeration. I'm not saying outright lying, but some exaggerating, some big headlines, some catchy headlines, some catchy shows. But what they're trying to do is pull in money. All three of them. So I don't exactly believe any of them, whether it's Fox. Well, I should say I take it with a grain of salt. Whether it's Fox, CNN, or MSNBC. And I love and it automatically tells me, if you're going at me, well, that's just Fox talking, you have nothing to respond with, so that's your go-to neutral, comment to try to end the conversation. That's the new, well, it's not new, but it's the new racist comment. To try to end the conversation, just say it's Fox News so you don't have a response to shut you down. Well, you know what? I really don't. I go scouring the internet all day looking for stuff. A little bit here, a little bit there, a little bit looking up articles, a little bit looking up research. And that's what I do all day. So it's not I'm listening to Fox. And too many times I hear that shit, it just makes me want to bang my head against the wall. Back to this article. In a Thursday letter to Deputy Attorney General Rod Rosenstein obtained by Fox News, Noonan expressed frustration that information and witnesses subpoenaed by the committee in August related to the so-called Steele dossier had not yet been turned over. The salacious dossier includes unverified allegations about President Trump's connection with Russia that he has denied. Unfortunately, quote, unfortunately, DOJ, FBI, and transits with respect to the August 24th subpoena is part of a broader pattern of behavior that can no longer be tolerated, the California Republican wrote to Rosenstein. Nunes demanded that all records and available dates for witnesses to testify be provided to the committee by January 3rd. Trump has accused FBI of using opposition research to go after his presidential campaign. Reaction from Robin Brio, regional campaign director for Barack Obama's president campaign, and Tom Fitton, Judicial Watch president. Oh, what the heck is that? Oh, sorry, that was something. Ignore that part. As a result of the numerous delays and discrepancies that have hampered the process of subpoena compliance, the committee no longer credits the representation made by DOJ and or the FBI regarding these matters, Noonan said. He called the DOJ's initial response to the subpoena disingenuous at best. Noonan said the DOJ informed the House Intelligence Committee several weeks ago that the basic investigatory documents demanded by the subpoenas did not exist. As it turns out, not only did documents exist that were directly responsive to the committee's subpoenas, but they involved senior DOJ and FBI officials who were swiftly reassigned when their roles in the matter under the committee's investigation were brought to light. How are you doing, BZ, my brother? I'm stunned. And we all know about Peter Strzok. But among the information being sought by the committee are reports that summarize meetings between FBI confidential human sources and FBI officials about the Steele dossier. It also wants to interview DOJ FBI official or Strzok, FBI attorney James Baker, FBI attorney Lisa Page, FBI attorney Sally Boyer, FBI Assistant Director for Congressional Affairs Greg Brower. Noonan's previously said he has instructed committee staff to begin drawing up a contempt of Congress resolution for Rosenstein and the FBI Director Christopher Wray unless their demands are met. Damn, someone with a set of balls that are standing up for the American people. You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, and we will be right back.
Conservative media done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
Good evening. Broadcasting behind enemy lines in occupied California, the bloviating Zeppelin's Berserk Bobcat Saloon radio show is featured on the SHR Media Network every Tuesday and Thursday night for 2 hours at 11 p.m. Eastern and 8 p.m. Pacific. Whilst manufacturers are running out of metal for the diapers of the leftists, BZ continues to radically change the world of leftists, one diaper at a time. Stop balancing your checkbooks. Stop cleaning your fish tanks. The bloviating Zeppelin's Berserk Bobcat Saloon radio show is your magnet for truth, justice, obesity, a darkened studio, and late-night freedom. No United States of America freedoms were abridged in the making of this ad.
Human by race, Christian by faith, American by nationality, and conservative by choice. Reverend Ralph J. Chittum Sr. is the right guy on SHR Media from 8:05 to 9 p.m. Monday through Friday. And if on the rare occasion I am ever wrong, I will still always be right. The right guy on SHR Media.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians, a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless, hope to the hopeless, clues to the clueless. Sackheads Sean, Sackheads Clint, and Sackheads BZ. The Sackheads Radio Show every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific and 11 p.m. Eastern on shrmedia.com. Watch on YouTube, Facebook, and the High Plains Pundit Network. The best in late-night conservative talk. The Sackheads Radio Show, only on the SHR Media Network.
Go ahead, I'll say it. Some of the best A-roll is going to be like, what are you talking about? You can just, the last person. Yeah, I'm a freaking artist. I can't just come up with this shit off the top of my head. Are you freaking kidding me right now?
Good point. Exactly right.
Hey, this is Michael Wright.
And I'm Shannon Wright.
Join us for The Right Way with Shannon and Mike, Monday through Thursday from 7 to 9 a.m. right here on SHR Media.
Why are they joining us?
For fun things like sports, politics.
Oh, maybe some news and entertainment?
And all kinds of other things.
Money and recipes and events, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, so join us Monday through Thursday, 7 to 9 a.m. here on shrmedia.com.
When dirty politicians, shadow governments, and deceptive Islam blind the world with fake stream media smoke, their only fear is one man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me through shrmedia.com, highplanestalkradio.com, and the Western Free Radio Network at Spreaker, YouTube, and iTunes for a different perspective weekly on the Unpleasant Blind Guy. And catch me on Jeff Mitchell's EDL Radio on blogtalkradio.com. There's
no surrender ever.
Because truth is not always pleasant.
This is Sam on SHR Media. You can listen to my new show starting on Tuesdays in January. Get my perspective on national politics, a conservative's perspective on California politics, the latest in the war on terror, all of that and a lot more here on Tuesdays at SHR Media. And don't forget to follow me on Twitter at Sam_SHR Media.
Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch Reaver of Common Sense show hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else. So consider this your fair warning.
Hey, this is Sackhead Clint, and I'm with Sackhead Sean, Sackhead BZ. No communists allowed on the SHR Media Network.
Damn straight, mister.
Back to the show.
Conservative media done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
Pay no attention to the muffled screams in the background. You are listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on the SHR Media Network. Back to you, Joe.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show.
And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm here to make sense out of the senseless. Don't forget, coming up in approximately 32 minutes will be BZ's Berserk Bobcat Saloon, hosted by BZ himself. The speech is free, but the drinks are just perfect. So tune in. That'll be 11 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time until 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And if you want the West Coast, the left coast, remember that's left coast, left is commie. That would be 8 o'clock p.m. till, what? 10 o'clock, I think it is. But remember, the left coast. The right coast is where it to be. The right coast is the right coast. Oh, boy. Now, this is getting Trump in trouble because of, he actually did a tweet because of some of this information that's coming out. International Falls, Minnesota has broken a nearly century-old record. For their coldest December 26th at minus 36 degree Fahrenheit. That temperature, not including the wind chill factor, is the lowest since 1924's minus 32 degrees on the same date. However, it remains a far cry from the state's coldest on record. On Groundhog Day, February 2nd, 1996, Tower, Minnesota, recorded a bone-chilling minus 60 degree morning. Even International Fall has seen colder on other days, with a minus 55 personal best in 1909. This winter has been brutal across the board. According to weather.com, a southward dip in the jet stream has largely responsible for pushing Arctic temperatures into both midwestern and northeastern portion of the United States. Already dozens of locations have reported record freezing temperatures. If you plan to ring in 2018 with Ryan Seacrest and Mariah Carey, yes, again in Times Squares, be prepared to face one of the coldest New Year's Eve that the city has ever seen. New York City emergency management officials are encouraging citizens to remain indoor via an extremely cold weather alert. A cold blue has also been instated for the city's homeless population. Oh, BZ, Jenna will be listening, and I think through YouTube she'll be there listening. All right. Now, why I said Trump got in trouble, because he put out a tweet basically saying, talking about this freezing weather, and said maybe we could use some of that global warming warm weather. I think it's funny as hell. Other people didn't find it funny. Well, get a sense of humor. And yes, BZ, I do have I think I know what you're talking about, potential meter, potential to it. But something doesn't look right, and I haven't had other people say, just making sure. Because I've seen it where kind of like, it looks good on my end when my little doohickey button's going up and down, lights flicking and flashing. But then I get told it doesn't sound right on the other end. So, I just like to get a live test of what's going on. That didn't make sense, did it? But I'll tell you what, this winter it seems that Jack Frost is going a bit further than nipping at your nose. Well, you know what? Oh well. That is what's called Mother Nature. It happens. Weather gets warmer, it gets colder. And what still makes me laugh is we got a bunch of people predicting what the weather is going to be in 10 years from now, 20, 30, 40, 50, and they can't tell me what the fuck the weather is going to be in an hour. I get told, oh, it's going to be a hurricane. Well, I've pissed harder than I've seen the rain. You got to watch out for this, you got to watch out for, and nothing ever happens. You can't predict like they're saying. There is no global warming. And like I've talked about it plenty of times, the warming we did have, it coincided with solar flares. The Earth's gone through that heating like that. We've learned that through geology, and I'm not a geologist, but I've watched a few programs, and I stayed at a Holiday Inn. I understand that the Earth has gone through different phases, just like I was talking to my parents, and it really pissed me off. You get some of these idiots that, oh, well, we got to save this animal. It's on the verge of extinction. Yada, 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 yada. How many animals have gone extinct over the many, many moons that have happened on this planet? Yes, we've been the cause of some of them. But it's also part of nature. Doesn't mean we should just go around killing everything. But we can't save everything. Some things are going to go extinct. Some new animals are going to happen. It's evolution. That's what happens. Things change. There's too many people expecting the Earth to stay exactly like it is. The same weather. The same animals. Everything's supposed to be the same. That's not how things get better. Things change. You adapt. You become better. I swear to God, if it was up to liberals, and they were around in this carnation thousands of years ago, we'd still be banging rocks together to try to make a fire. We'd still be living in caves. Because they all want to think the same. They don't want nothing to change. They want everything the same. They don't want to change. They don't want to think differently. You don't have progression. Hate to use that term. When everybody's the same. I don't know. Things are going to change. Weather changes. It's cold out right now. It's cold here in Florida. It's been. We've had some cold nights, and it's too early for that cold. But guess what? That's life. That's the way it goes. That's life. And the polar vortexes that happened in 2016. I'm sure we're going to get them again. You know, people need to get their heads out of their ass and understand weather changes. It gets colder, it gets warmer, it gets hot, it gets cold. That's life. So, all right, shh. Al Sharpton is in the news again. Wednesday on MSNBC's Morning Joe. Did Sharpton even have a show anymore? Or did they finally cancel? I think they may have finally canceled that thing. It was, running 3 o'clock in the morning on a Sunday morning? That was funny when they moved his show to, a dead time zone. But on Wednesday on MSNBC's Morning Joe Network, weekend host... Okay, that answered my question. Weekend host Al Sharpton said President Donald Trump was a symbol of northern bigotry. I love that. Now it's northern bigotry. He never left the Queensway. He and his father were sued for racial discrimination for who they would rent apartments to. So when you read in the New York Times him being quoted by two sources saying, all Haitians have AIDS, Nigerians won't go home to their huts if we let them in the country. Yeah, over the weekend, one of these newspapers came up with some bullshit anonymous source again saying that he had stated all Haitians have AIDS and all this other shit. It didn't even hit. It died quicker than it hit the papers. Because nobody was paying attention to it because it's another anonymous source stated. You know, it gets tiresome. But now Al Sharpton wants to try to make that. Oh, and by the way, he got sued, and before the lawsuit went anywhere, he corrected the situation that somebody else was running that part of the business. He made sure that was straightened out. There was multiple lawsuits during that year that went on. And it wasn't nothing out of the ordinary. And it just... They make it out to be something big. And it's not. I get tired of hearing about it. But it helps with their propaganda that they love to push. Once they starting sentences out with that way, I know that he's going to be pushing, or anybody else is going to be pushing, bullshit lie propaganda. Bang my head. I just, oh man. Oh. Now, he in the White House has denied it, but it's certainly not out of the character of what he has said and done. How do you know what he said? I've never heard him say anything of the source to Nigerians won't go home to their huts if we let them in the country, or that all Haitians have AIDS. I've never heard him say anything like that. I've heard you guys spin and lie about his statements to fit your bias agenda. But I've never actually heard him say anything like that. He led the fight that wanted to give the death penalty for 5 guys in Central Park that did this egregious, despicable act of rape. Oh, wait. It's certainly not. They ended up not doing it. Many of us said it was questionable. He still said, give them the death penalty. That's who he is. What? I think a lot of Americans look at civil rights and race relationships in the South in the 60s and miss New York in the 80s, where you had many, many incidents. He added they get away with it because don't want to talk about it up north kind of problem, and Trump symbolizes it. Trump is as much a symbol of northern bigotry as you have others that were southern. Oh my God. He just tries and tries. I'll give him an A for effort, but he's becoming a really a joke. He's a punchline. Al Sharpton is. Does anybody even take him credible anymore? He's an afterthought. You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, and we will be right back.
Conservative media done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
Good evening. Broadcasting behind enemy lines in occupied California, The Bloviating Zeppelin's Berserk Bobcat Saloon radio show is featured on the SHR Media Network every Tuesday and Thursday night for 2 hours at 11 p.m. Eastern and 8 p.m. Pacific. Whilst manufacturers are running out of metal for the diapers of the leftists, BZ continues to radically change the world of leftists, one diaper at a time. Stop balancing your checkbooks. Stop cleaning your fish tanks. The Bloviating Zeppelin's Berserk Bobcat Saloon radio show is your magnet for truth, justice, obesity, a darkened studio, and late-night freedom. No United States of America freedoms were abridged in the making of this ad.
Human by race, Christian by faith, American by nationality, and conservative by choice. Reverend Ralph J. Chittum Sr. is the right guy on SHR Media from 8:05 to 9 p.m. Monday through Friday. And if on the rare occasion I am ever wrong, I will still always be right. The right guy on SHR Media.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians, a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless, hope to the hopeless, clues to the clueless. Sackheads Sean, Sackheads Clint, and Sackheads BZ. The Sackheads Radio Show every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific and 11 p.m. Eastern on shrmedia.com. Watch on YouTube, Facebook, and the High Plains Pundit Network. The best in late-night conservative talk. The Sackheads Radio Show, only on the SHR Media Network.
Go ahead, I'll say it.
Some of the best A-roll is going to be evil.
Like, what are you talking about?
The last person.
Yeah, I'm a freaking artist. I can't just come up with this shit off the top of my head. Are you freaking kidding me right now?
Good point. Exactly right.
Hey, this is Michael Wright.
And I'm Shannon Wright.
Join us for The Right Way with Shannon and Mike, Monday through Thursday from 7 to 9 a.m. right here on SHR Media.
Why are they joining us?
For fun things like sports, politics.
Oh, maybe some news and entertainment?
And all kinds of other things.
Money and recipes and events, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, so join us Monday through Thursday, 7 to 9 a.m. here on shrmedia.com.
When dirty politicians, shadow governments, and deceptive Islam blind the world with fake stream media smoke, their only fear is one man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me through shrmedia.com, highplainstalkradio.com, and the Western Free Radio Network at Spreaker, YouTube, and iTunes for a different perspective weekly on the Unpleasant Blind Guy. And catch me on Jeff Mitchell's EDL Radio on blogtalkradio.com. There's
no surrender ever.
Because truth is not always pleasant.
This is Sam on SHR Media. You can listen to my new show starting on Tuesdays in January. Get my perspective on national politics, a conservative's perspective on California politics, the latest in the war on terror, all of that and a lot more here on Tuesdays at SHR Media. And don't forget to follow me on Twitter at Sam_SHR Media.
Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch Reaver of Common Sense show hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else. So consider this your fair warning.
Hey, this is Sackhead Clint, and I'm with Sackhead Sean, Sackhead BZ. No communists allowed on the SHR Media Network.
Damn straight, mister.
Back to the show.
Conservative media done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
Pay no attention to the muffled screams in the background. You are listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on the SHR Media Network. Back to you, Joe.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show.
And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm here to make sense. How does that get moved around? Whoop. There we go. Camera's looking really weird. Still on. Don't forget, coming up top of the hour in about 14 minutes will be BZ's Berserk Bobcat Saloon, hosted by BZ himself. Listen, thank you, BZ. I'll have to check. I'll play with it later. I kind of rushed throwing them in. I did it like literally 10 minutes before the show, so I'll play with it later. But coming up next is BZ. If you want to know what's going on, listen to his show. He is well-versed and well-knowledged and a great guy. This is where the NFL really is getting in trouble. That had to hurt everybody's ears, so I'm sorry. This is where everybody, or the NFL is getting hurt because people get pissed at stuff like this. They ignore that all these players were kneeling and pissing off players, or pissing off the base. They ignored that. Then you had players that wanted to wear special cleats. Cleats. Nobody ever is going to see those fucking cleats. Okay? For 9/11 Memorial. And they said no. Well, now they're going to fine the Saints running back. But it's having already alienated veterans, the military, the flag, the police, the legal system, the President of the United States. The NFL is quickly running out of sacred institutions to throw under the bus. But it appears that they're not done. The NFL has now decided to take on Christmas. Saints running back Alvin Kamara donned a pair of Christmas-themed cleats during the Saints game against the Falcons on Christmas Eve. You know, they showed a picture. There's nothing big about them. Red cleats. I think it said, like, Merry Christmas or something on it and had little bells on it. Well, you know, it was cool. Appropriate, tasteful footwear for a league putting on a game in the heart of the Christmas season, right? Wrong. The NFL fined him for wearing the cleats. The Saints running back tweeted his notice from the NFL on Thursday. "'Tis the season. I'll start a GoFundMe later. Stay tuned." He chose to wear the cleats knowing he would likely get fined, according to the Sporting News. He told a reporter after the game, "I'm going to make a GoFundMe. Yeah, I'm getting fined. And whatever the fine is, I'm going to pay the fine. And the rest I'm going to donate to a charity." At least he's playing along great. But this is the stuff that's pissing us all off. But he went on to say that, simple as that. We were just talking about the NFL not being a Grinch. We need them to just leave us alone. You know, they want to give hundreds of millions of dollars for social justice warrior training, but they're going to fine a player $6,076 for wearing a set of cleats. But they allow all this other bullshit to go on. All this other stuff. Hang on. Let's see. Looks like I got a good BZ article here. BZ just gave it to me. Now let me read this. It's a BZ article. I'm going to read the actual article. A brief NFL reminder. Eric Reed of the San Francisco 49ers stated that there's systematic oppression in the United States and the NFL. He stated this because Vice President Mike Pence, while attending the Colts 49er game, left the Sunday, that Sunday the 8th, this was going back a little bit, left the stadium when 23 San Francisco players took a knee during the national anthem. Eric Reed said, "This is what systematic oppression looks like. A man with power comes to the game, tweets a couple of things out, and leaves the game with an attempt to thwart our effort. Based on the information I have, that's an assumption I've made." In response, Vice President Pence said, "I left the Colts game because President Trump and I will not dignify any event that disrespect our soldiers or flag or our national anthem." How quickly people forget some of these aspects. In 2011, Tim Tebow took a knee for God while quarterback of the Denver Broncos. It was hearsay. Hearsay, I tell you, Tebow is a cockazoid. 2013, Football coach Joseph Kennedy lost his job for kneeling at the 50-yard line after games. Perhaps he should have knelt during the national anthem. Is the difference simply a matter of timing? 2013, the NFL fined Brandon Marshall $10,500 for daring to wear green cleats to raise awareness for people with mental health disorder. Marshall is black also, let's point that out. 2014, Robert Griffin III entered a post-game press conference wearing a shirt that said, "No Jesus, no peace," but was forced to turn it inside out by the NFL uniform inspector before speaking at the podium. Don't forget, Griffin is black. D'Angelo Williams was fined $5,787 for wearing Find the Cure Eye Black for breast cancer. That little patch underneath the eye. It said, Find a Cure for breast cancer awareness, and he was fined. He's black. William Gay was fined $5,787 for wearing purple cleats to raise awareness for domestic violence. That was in 2015. 2016, the NFL prevented the Dallas Cowboys from wearing a small decal on their helmets in honor of 5 Dallas Police Department officers killed in the line of duty that year. The NFL prevented and threatened to fine players like Avery Williams who wanted to wear cleats to commemorate the 15th anniversary of 9/11. So now let me tell you but we can kneel all we want, which is against the rules. This is the bullshit that pisses Americans off. They only want a one-sided argument. They only want to be able to kneel and point out certain issues. But when the whole thing wants to be used, yeah, Jackass Goodell fines players. And this is why I get tired of it. Have I watched a few games here and there this year? I'll be the first one to admit, yes. I've watched a couple of Eagles games because for me to watch an Eagles game, it's not often I get to see them. Because, well, I live in Florida. So, I've watched a couple games. I won't deny I've watched a couple. And what they've said with the ratings, the way they're looking at it, the only ratings they're getting are the people that are the fans of that team are tuning in to those games. People aren't watching all the games like they used to. I don't know. It's a bunch of bullshit. And it's really, really sad. It really is. I really need to find RTS Silicone also. Oh. RTV? Maybe it's RTV. Whoopsie. Yeah, RTV. Not RTS. RTV. Oh, I gotta make some, Volt. So I gotta get that in because I gotta make 2 items. But with this NFL, it's getting ridiculous with them. They're attacking the holidays. They're attacking everything, but when it's something that's pissing off a majority of America, they back it. And it's like, what, are these people that fucking dumb? Really? It seems that they're backing these policies, both on a political level and as company levels, that are unpopular. But because these people are screaming sometimes the loudest, they jump behind it and ignore everything that goes on with it. It's like a suicide they're trying to commit. Seems like the Democrat Party's trying to commit suicide, political suicide. Seems like the NFL's trying to commit, a business suicide. And you're now starting to have some owners come out going, shit, this is hurting us. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. But guess what? It's their problem, not ours. Listen, everybody, I'm going to get going. I've had fun. I want to thank everybody. I want to thank Claudia. I want to thank Jenna, BZ. I want to thank Jeff for stopping by. And I will be here tomorrow for my last show in the year of 2017. Till then, everybody, have a great night.
You've been listening to the Reaver of Common Sense with its host, Jersey Joe. You can tune in every day, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on hppundit.com and shrmedia.com.